What's up, guys? Another Viewer Castle episode for today. When this video comes out, I should have a new defense ready. So if you guys want to check that out if anyone is interested in attacking me before the videos come out for it, then you can do that right now. Tomorrow I should start having those defense videos come out. I'll probably make it into a castle rebuilding series, so like 2 videos building the castle, 1 video for replays. I'm going to try to get that out before the totem patch comes out. I don't know if that's going to be this week. It might actually come out on Thursday, which would be tomorrow, so because that's when they've been doing patches recently. So we'll see if that comes out on Thursday. If not, if it does, then some of the parts of that defense might not come out until after it. But either way, today we're going to do a castle viewer castle episode rather. So we're going to start off with the Mighty Murdoch. Castle level's at 25. He's got this archer here, pretty good DPS, or actually pretty good health rather, for a level 25. I don't know, it's decent across the board, I guess, for the stats. Probably a little low on DPS actually, for level 25. But let's just jump into his castle and see what he's got. It doesn't really matter like your gear to actually validate castles, because I don't think you need that great of gear. I'm pretty sure you could do any castle in blacksmith, like gear if you kept doing it over and over again. It might take you a couple tries, but it's not too terribly hard. So I'm just gonna volley in here if I can, just to make sure there's nothing in there. Like, I didn't see anything, but just to make sure, I'm going to do that. And there was a few smelly warriors in there. Let's see if there's anything else that I can see pulling this back. It looks like 1 trap archer. I don't actually like trap archers nearly as much as I used to, because they only have 1 trap now. Is this a new? No, he's just low level. That's unfortunate that you have a low level bone puppeteer, because if he was higher level, he would have his AoE still. It's an older one, but it's still got an AoE. It's just not as big as it could have been. You still are making the right call by using an old bone puppeteer, though. I like that, because the new one would have no AoE. It might heal for a little bit more, but I think the AoE is better in general. Although I heard things about, and specifically this group, I heard things that the bone puppeteer still heals Defendatrons for full. I don't know if that actually was the case, because I haven't checked the new ones if they actually heal for full on Defendatrons. It used to be they only healed for like 50% or 30% or something like that, because they nerfed it a while ago. I don't know if that's the case though. If it is, you might want to think about using a new one. If that's the case, like that's the only time you would use it, you'd want to check first to see how much more he heals your Defendatron for, because the Defendatron is keeping a lot of that stuff alive anyway. If the Defendatron's not there, most of it will die, so that's why I would say that. Alright, so some new ballistas. They're not bad. They do a little bit less damage, but they attack faster, so I mean, it's what you need. Like I'm using a couple of these in my new castle, but mostly old ones because I want the burst damage for the most part. But I am using a handful of them. Pretty much like when I have 3 blister traps, I'll try to offset the times in which they attacked by using new ones and old ones. Alright, so we have 2 new rotating flame traps and 1 old. The new ones, I mean, they're still fine. They cost 1 point extra, but they deal, I think, 10 or 20% extra damage, so it's pretty much worth it. If they're a little bit awkward to use because it's 5 points. Like, that's probably why you have mines in here as well, because they, excuse me, trap generators have, what, is it 8, 9, 12? I don't know what it is. I don't know what I'm talking about right now. Alright, it's awkward to use them because it's an equivalent of 3s. So 3 like ballistas and mouse wheels and stuff like that. I think it's 12 points on a trap generator. It's a divisible number by 3. I don't know. This is just what happens when I record videos at 4 in the morning. I just start talking about things that I just start making up numbers. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 12. So that means you can use 3 of the old ones. I actually know that that's the case now. It's 12 because I have one in my castle where I use a trap generator and 3 old rotating flame traps, and that'll fill up a trap generator. in terms of points. So the 5 ones are a little bit harder to use because they're kind of an awkward point number. Alright, let's see if there's what's in here. I gotta get off those. That's pretty good though. I didn't actually notice that those jelly walls were there, so... Alright, I have to be careful because the Flameo here can actually kill me. Like, everything else probably wouldn't, but that Flameo breath is actually so disgustingly strong right now that even one that's 5 levels under me would kill me. Also, Sniper Smelly Archers, those ones I like a lot more than Trap Smelly Archers. They're very good. They deal a lot of damage right now. I don't even care that they don't have like 2 or 3 bolts attached to them. They're way better than they used to be because of the damage that they deal. The burst damage is just so high that it's very easy to kill somebody with them. Alright, so yeah, pretty good castle. I did keep all of my potions, but you have to understand, I mean, you're quite a bit lower level. I want to see if there's anything else that I need to say about some of these setups. I mean, there are some kind of gaps in your castle. That's not necessarily a bad thing. There might be a little bit too much overboard on like this type of thing because you're committing over like 20 points to this area right here, and if I roll through it at a good time, I might take 1 or 2 ticks, I might take 0 ticks. Like, I'm pretty sure I could get to the point where I could take no damage from this if I did it correctly. Right here, this might... yeah, that one, I got 0 ticks of damage, and yes, it's probably to like lead up into this, but do you really need that many rotating flame traps to lead into that? Probably not. You have to just try to use your traps as efficiently as possible. If someone can take no damage getting through an area, then you want to make sure that that you don't have too much committed to that. I did like the double jelly wall here though. You might want to move your Flameo up a little bit so that he can attack at the same time, because this is a good spot right here to get a kill. If you force someone into an area like this with 2 jelly walls, their mana is going to drain so quickly that they might not be able to roll or use like an escape ability. So if you can get Flameo to like jump on the person when they land inside of this and then they have no mana, you could probably set up a nice kill on like with your archers plus Flameo or something like that. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, other than that, it's a pretty good castle. So yeah, let's jump into number 2 in just a second. Alright, next up we have X Naxi. Castle level is a 30. Looks like he has this mage that he validated with. Good hit points, lower DPS than normal. Let's jump into it and see what he's got here. Alright.
We're going to be far poorer 3 minutes from now.
So all the mines at the front, all together like this as well, makes it a little bit easier for the attacker to get 3 stars, just because they're able to get that extra, 30 seconds or whatever, off of the mines as soon as they enter the gates. So they don't have that chance to time out like you would normally have them. And also they don't have to track down mines either. Like, that's a couple things that are good. It's not all of your mines, it looks like. There might be 1 or 2 scattered throughout. There actually might be some inside of this mouse wheel room. It's pretty common for these to be in here. Let's see if I can do this. So a lot of the times I will skip these rooms because you can get out with without using. Hold on, let me see if I can survive this first. All right, if you can get through these rooms and skip, 30 or so points, maybe sometimes more if it's not set up perfectly. I didn't test this one, but since I already cleared one side, I'll probably just try to clear both sides. It used 2 potions, which is not that ideal. It is upwards of 100 points to make this room, though. It's like 2 30-point groups on each side, and then 30 points of traps in the middle. Maybe slightly more, slightly less. I don't know. It's about that, though. But yeah, as long as these front goatmen are covering these exits so that you can't just go down the middle and skip both sides, it still works fine, because that way you have to at least aggro one side of the group, so you can only skip about 30 points. If you can skip upwards of 60, I would say it's not worth it at all. And that happens when you have. Here, let me pause this so I can talk about it without taking too much damage. So, if you have this room too wide with mouse wheels, and you have these creatures that are standing here, they won't be able to see to the entrances. So you can just go down the middle with roll and spiral shot. And if there's barricades that are all the way down and it's completely blocking, so the guys can't see you, then you can just go all the way down and not even worry about aggroing them. It won't even matter. So those two situations are when I would skip this room. If I go through it and I aggro one side, the other side is pretty easy to take care of because most creatures won't be able to get enough range to attack you across this, and they won't walk across it because of mouse wheels. So that's how I handle this room pretty much always. Like that's the rules when I see this room. Is if it's set up properly, then I will engage it, but oh god, this might hurt. I accidentally got stunned by something. I think was it a mouse wheel? I don't know. I might die right here. This is gonna be pretty difficult. Yeah, I ended up dying to this. I think I hit this and it stopped my roll, so I took damage. I'm just gonna heal myself back up. If I was able to get one volley off like I wanted to and didn't get hit by that mouse wheel, I think I could have made it through without dying. A Defendatron here might be pretty good. I don't know if you could fit one in because I know bosses are pretty expensive units. So I'm not sure if you could fit a Defendatron in here, but like that volley was crucial. Like if I had just gotten that volley right as soon as I killed this and then volleyed everything, there's not enough damage just from the boss to kill me. And most of these guys, oh maybe I got hit by the Bola Strike actually, I wonder. I wasn't really paying attention to what was hitting me, I was really concentrated on trying to get that volley off. Because everything was grouped up so I could have killed all the low point mobs, and then I know that the boss won't be able to kill me. Flamio is like the scariest boss right now just because of his burst. But even that, if you get some distance on him, he's not too terribly scary. It's mainly just headshot dealing so much damage right now that it can like one-shot boss, like not one-shot but two-shot bosses. That's a good stun though. I might actually die again. I should have been focusing on this boss a little bit more. I actually don't have enough gold to heal myself back up. I'm not going to restart it again, so yeah, it's a good castle. I used up all of my potions and I died twice, so obviously pretty good. The only thing I would look at is if you can fit a Defendatron in with this boss room somehow, just to shield off those units, so if someone does get that volley off, then everything won't die. But other than that, it's really good. We'll jump into number 3 in just a second. Alright, lastly we have Aboodd. Castle level is a 30. Probably validated on a mage. Runaway is pretty weak right now, although that's a lot of hit points for the Runaway. He has slightly more in his Knight, but that's pretty high hit points. Low DPS though. I don't know, I don't really like the Runaway. I haven't seen any good ones yet. I've only had like 1 or 2 maybe get through any of my castles. But yeah, mages are really strong right now. So let's jump into his castle and see what he's got. Alright. Couple random bookshelves right there. It almost looks like an NPC castle because that's what they do in NPC castles. They just have random bookshelves in places. I mean, you can do things like block off these corridors, which wastes people's time a little bit. And it makes the map look weird, but can get people lost. I mean, that's really the only thing that it does beneficial. Alright, I should have went on that, but I wanted to look at things first, so I'm trying to see if there is a group over there. I can't quite see it though. So I'm just gonna go across. Alright, there was not a group. Oh god, please don't. Okay. I took 800 damage right there, which is not good. I wanted to only take 1 tick of damage. I hate trying to go across these because they don't function the same as the old ones, and I'm so used to the old ones. Like, it's really weird. They don't follow the same patterns. I think it's just because one of this side up here will never have an empty square. Like, it always bites, which is weird. It like skips this one every single time. That's the weird bug in these ones. I don't know why. I'm surprised they haven't fixed that either. I got lucky and actually aggroed something, but it looks like it wasn't anything important. So yeah, getting across these and like trying to follow the the empty squares is almost impossible, because it depends on how the person rotated it, which one stays active all the time. So it's kind of really hard to figure that out. I usually just take the damage, or at least I have been since defense crafting came out. I'm not really sure about these derps. I don't know what their purpose is. I guess you're just hoping that someone attacks them, like auto-attacks them while they're standing in this trap or something. Okay, I accidentally used a potion there. But that's fine. I'm doing okay. Alright, that was the one that was not gonna be inactive, that panel. This is a weird castle. With these like random barricades and random like derps, it really feels like an NPC castle, but then the traps feel like it's a normal castle because they're, you know, they're placed well. They put pressure on you in places that they should, basically. I just have to keep in mind that like these traps are very expensive to use, so I've probably gotten through 100, like half of the defense points in this castle so far, and only used one potion, so that's pretty good. Oh god, the derps actually hit me for a lot of damage. Now I understand the derp strategy. If one of them hits you, it forces a potion. Those headbutts actually deal a little bit, like quite a bit of damage. I think it did 600 to me right there, which is crazy for a 1-point creature. But they hardly will ever hit. I just got stunned and thrown into them. So I guess that's kind of the whole purpose of these two derp things. Like, it's only 2 points, but because he has these... I guess it totals out to 5 points because he's using springboard traps to throw people into them. Alright. This is a lot of traps right here, so I'm guessing the main point of your castle is right up in there. So I'm guessing there's going to be a real group in there. That's what that basically tells me. So what I want to do is just kind of clear this out as best I can, and drop a volley in there in a second. Alright, so I'm waiting until these aren't crossed, and then I'm going to try it. Alright, it didn't actually aggro anything, so I will wait for my potion cooldown because that's something that I never seem to do. So I'll wait until that potion cooldown comes off. Try not to take a ton of damage while I'm doing it, though. Alright, potion cooldown's off, volley's off. Let's see if I can just get in here. Alright, so yeah, it was, that is a lot of spiders, so... Alright. I didn't potion quick enough. Let's heal myself back up. So I actually like Stabbington okay. I think he's up there with like Flamio is a tier above everything, and then Snottingham and Stabbington are both pretty good. I think he like beats out Dur. Dur is probably the next tier lower. Alright, I'll just heal myself until I get through this. Wasting the potion there after I was dead was a mistake also. He's easier if you take bear traps though, because his huge body works against him if you use bear traps because he'll get stuck on the bear traps every time. But if you don't have bear traps, it's really hard to dodge that spider like leaping at you because it's huge. It takes up, you know, half the screen. It's an enormous spider. The fire mines are a little weird, but other than that, like it's an okay boss room. I'm not sure if you need that many spiders in the boss room, but it's not bad. How do you have that leading into it? You just have a couple springboard traps, and you're not able to volley across this, which is weird. A lot of time, like, I'm wondering almost if you have too much committed to the front over here, also. I mean, I died to it, so it's still pretty decent, but I'm just wondering, like, there's so much committed right here, but you can't even volley over it to aggro this group. And once you're inside of the room, if you're able to, like, survive for a second, like, if I would have potioned at the right time, I would have been able to get to the back of the boss room, and you have enough space to maneuver back here that it's not too terribly difficult to take it out. But either way, it's a good castle. Should be getting some wins. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this episode of Viewer Castles. As always, if you guys enjoyed, please subscribe. If you want to be a part of Viewer Castles, you can email me at frenzycastleruns@hotmail.com. Level 20 and above castles. I currently have one more full episode that I can record, and then I'm pretty much out of castles again. So I have 3 castles that I am going to be doing sometime within the next week. Hopefully I can get it out before totems come out, but that's probably not going to be the case because I want to get my defense video out. So I'm gonna record that tomorrow, or I guess probably record that later today, and then tomorrow that will come out for some people. The castle should be done though by the time this video comes out, so you guys can check that out if you want to. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So thank you guys for watching, hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.